Hi, I'm Debbie from Stamp with Deb, and I am here today to show you how to make this adorable little box. It's a flip top box, and I saw it on Julie DiMattio's page, her blog, and she's the paper pixie. She makes the cutest things, and so I thought it really needed to be made out of the new Flowers for Every Season DSP. So I'm ready to start. How about you? Hold on, and I'll turn you down so you can see my desktop, and we'll get going. Okay, I think that should be good. Let's just make sure that we're in the screen there. Okay, so I added this is the box that we're making. These are two of the boxes that I made, and the one I'm making today is a little bit different. So they open up, and they are adorable for putting candy in, or treats, or a bracelet. All kinds of things would fit into this little box. It would be amazing to see what will go in there. This one is made with the Flowers for Every Season, and it's got this beautiful poinsettia in it and the new jade color. And I used Poppy Parade in order to complement it. This one was made a week or so ago, and this is more like what we're doing today. I'm going to do this little banner here. We're going to put a bow on it. So I'm going to show you how to make this adorable little box. So let me just second here, and let me just make sure everything is working. Okay. I'm not sure things are working, so I'm just going to go on and hope that they are. It says live on my phone, so we'll go from there. So I used, two of the things that I used were Tasteful Touches, and I used these two dies from the Tasteful Touches bundle to cut the piece for the front. And I am going to use the greeting from Blossoms in Bloom, and I'm going to use the thank you. So I wanted to show you those. Those are both brand new sets. Blossoms and Blooms has a whole two big dies that go with it, and then 4 little flowers. It's mini layered blossoms dies. So it's a beautiful set. So we'll do something with that another time. Okay, so for right now, we will get going. I need my paper cutter in here to start out. Oops, sorry about that. Ouch. Hit my cabinet, pulling this up. Okay, I'm going to put these away before I lose them. Okay. Now, so when I'm doing the scoring, I have a hard time with pressing hard enough with our scoring. So I am going to use my paper trimmer, and I'm going to use my scoring tool. And I need to open this up. Let's see if I can't check this one more time and see if it's working. Let's just jump back here. And okay, let's go in here and give me just a second here. I just want to make sure that this is working. So, because I am not seeing it anywhere. Okay. Okay, looks like it is. Okay, great. Okay, so this is let's do the bottom first. We'll do the bottom of the box first. And this piece of paper is cut, and you can find all these measurements on my blog. at 7 1/4 by 7 1/4. And so we're going to score on all 4 sides at 1 inch. So I'm just going to score this at 1 inch and at 2 inches. Let me scoot this over a little bit here, just so I have more room to work. And I should have turned that around the other way. Okay, so we'll turn it real quick. Okay, and at 2 inches. And I'm going to do that on all 4 sides. So we'll go 2 inches. And I can't see the 1 inch under there. 1 inch. This I would normally do on my scoring board, but the other one, the next scoring that I need to do is not as easy to do on that board. So that's why I thought I would use this tonight. 1 inch and 2 inches. Okay, then let's take the other one and do that one also while we have the board up here, the paper trimmer up here. So this one was cut at 9 13/16 by 5 7/16. Now you see why? All these odd numbers. So we're going to score with the short side at the top, which is this. We're going to score at 1 1/16. So that's 1 1/16 is, I'm looking over here. So 1/16 is that very first line right there. And then I can't get my thing up, my arm up. 1 1/16 here. And then we're going to turn it the long way with the long side at the top, and we're going to score at 2 3/16. So 1, 2, 3 little lines. It's the line right before the 1/2 inch mark. So, and then 3 1/4. And we all know where that is, right? Okay. And 2 3/16. 1, 2, 3, right there, and 3 1/4, right there. Okay, so we are all done with this, except one more thing that I want to do, and this is cutting, and I'm going to cut from, get a light on here so that we can see better. There. Oh, that's much better. Okay, so I have a score line here, and I'm going to cut from this score line here that was at 3 1/4, and this 3 1/4. I'm going to cut in between those two. Let's move him out of the way, and I'm just going to come down right here, and I am on the 1 1/16 inch mark up here. So I'm right on that fold line, that score line, and I'm going to cut from one to the other. Let's go a little further. Trying not to get my head in the camera. Okay, looks good. And I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So now this one is where I need to be, and I'm going to come down to this, and I'm looking at this score line right here is what I'm looking at in order to determine where to cut. Actually, you know what? I could cut from this very first score line here to this score line here, because I'm going to cut all that. You see, I cut from here to here. So let me flip that around and do the other side the same way. It'll just save me a little bit of time. From there to this score line here. So I'm cutting all the way down to the 2 3/16 inch score line. Now we are done with this paper trimmer. Okay, get my scissors. So the first thing I want to do is cut out. And see, I cut down to there, but I don't want to cut there. I want to save that little tab on each side. So I'm just going to cut out that center section. And I'm going to cut out this center section. Okay. Now my next cut is going to be from this top score line here down to there. So I want to go from this top score line to this score line. I'm also going to angle this a little bit, and I'm going to trim this a little bit in here. So that is what we're going to do on each corner. So here I will just trim in. Whoop. And I'm going to cut from here up to that point. I like having my other scissors better for this one, my big ones. And then from here to this score line, then I'm just going to trim this in a little bit. And just cut a little wedge out of there. Cut a wedge out of here. And those don't have to be any certain size. You just want to cut a little bit off so that when it folds in there, it doesn't stick up. And then this one is going to go from here up to here. Now, if you're someone who doesn't like to cut like that, or can't cut straight like that, then you can draw a line. Just take a ruler and draw a line from there to there. Okay, let's go ahead and trim out. We're going to set this aside for now, and let's trim out the bottom. So this one, we're going to cut, and all of these pictures of all of these diagrams are on my blog. So we're going to cut, oh my goodness, I need to look. Let me pop in there real quick and look at my photos and see what what this is, which one this is. Let's see. I'm sorry, I just didn't. I haven't done this enough, obviously, because I have to look at the my layout here, because I can't remember. Okay, so we're going to cut this off here. We're going to cut this one off. Actually, we're going to cut this at a wedge again, so we can just cut it like that. And we're going to cut this one at a wedge. Okay, so then you're going to come down here and angle this one as well. Okay, and we're going to cut this at a little bit of an angle. Okay, so yeah, I had to stop and look. Okay, so we'll cut that out, and we're going to cut straight down here. I'm just going to cut, like I said, these are on my blog, so if you need to know which ones to cut out, check it out at stampwithdeb.com. So I'm going to cut this one out, and I'm going to angle this, and I'm going to angle this one. Okay, cut this one at an angle, and I'm going to cut this one all the way out. What you're doing is you want to leave a tab. This is the tab, and you want to leave that tab, and they need to be across from each other. So, but we don't need this little square here that I just cut off. And there we go. And then this one needs to be cut at an angle as well. I did this with my team today, and I told them I wasn't going to cut all this on screen. Here I am. Okay, so I'm going to cut this off, it takes focus. Cut this at an angle. This at an angle here. And cut this one at an angle. Okay, there is all of our, there are both of our pieces that we need for our box. I'm gonna dump this in the trash, which is of course all the way across the room. And so let's start folding. So we're gonna burnish all these score lines because we want it to fold really, really well. And I always think I probably should burnish before, and I never do. For some reason, I always burnish after I cut. I think it's easier to cut. It's easier to work with for me, for some reason. So, that's what I do. Okay. There we go. Now, I'm going to flip this over, and we're going to put some tear and tape. As soon as I find it, I am dying to get the new adhesive so that I can give it a try and see how it works for me. Here it is. Okay. This, when I'm turned over, I want to go on my little tabs. Do I? Yes, I do. On the tabs. So I'm just going to put 2 little strips on each tab so that it stays adhered well. Turned that too far. Can't get my arm around there. So I'm in California, and it is over 100 degrees today. This is June, and it's over 100 degrees already. Hoping it's going to cool off a little bit. And I just made a mess out of that tape. Okay, now I'm going to flip this over the other direction. And on the inside of each section, each long section here, I'm just going to put some tear and tape. Just one strip along the edge because that's where I want it to adhere. This is a good strong little box on the bottom because the walls are doubled. And you'll see what I mean by doubled. So let's pull off these first. And so if you have trouble getting them off, there's a couple of things you can do. One is press them down better, real good, when you put them on or before you peel them off. Also, come from the side. Instead of coming from the end, come from the side. Well, that didn't work. The end was better on this one. No. This is why I'm looking forward to our new adhesive. I love the strength of tear and tape, but I hate having to peel this paper off. And I remember when we used to have the pink one, that when you peeled it off, it stuck to you, it clung to you. I can't get this one off for anything. Let me see if I can with my tweezers. There we go. This is not coming off very well. There. There. Okay, now I got it going. One more. Okay, let's stick these together. Now you're going to fold these little flaps in and fold the side up. You want to make a nice clean fold there. Of course, mine stuck before I was ready. That's the problem with this. It's once you put it down, it's down. With the green glue, I love it because it's easy to use and it's very forgiving. It allows you to move it. The tearing tape says, hey, too bad. So this is going well though. Okay. All right, so my corners are all down. Now I need to remove these and fold them down. They're a little bigger, a little easier to grab a hold of. I think I will tuck it in as I do it. I'll make less confusion in the maybe. Okay, 2. So you see the walls are doubled. I have two thicknesses on each wall. So it makes for a nice strong little box. It also covers up the ugliness of making a box, which is now hidden because you can't see it, right? Okay, let's move along. Now let's do the lid. So I'm going to burnish all my score lines here. There aren't too many on this one. And this one. Let's bring that over. And this one. Okay, great. Okay. So this one is going to fold up this way. So we're going to flip it over to the outside. And while we're out here, let's go ahead and put our DSP on. It's always easier to work with a flat surface. So just going to stick that on there. And this one on this one. These are our brand new colors. This is Bumblebee. This is the Misty Moonlight. I want to call it Misty Marina. Okay, so we're going to attach this front and attach this one to the other side. And I have my flowers going right side up. Good. That's always important. So this paper does have a direction. Okay, so I'm also going to attach my tear and tape here. On these little flaps on the same side that the DSP is going on. And we're getting there. I am going to grab a bottle of green glue because I'm going to need that next. Hang on there. Okay, so let's peel these off. Okay. Can't get that one off. I need my piercing tool. Okay. So we're going to fold this over, make a nice clean fold right there, and press this down on the inside here. Oops. And do the same thing on the other side before it attaches itself to my tabletop. Okay. Okay. Let me peel these off. Let me grab my scissors. right, that worked. Alrighty, come on. Okay, just press those in there. And I want it to go even with this. I don't want it to go even on the inside. If you put it even on the inside, you'll have a problem here. So we want them to line up out here. Okay, now I'm going to take and I'm going to put some green glue right in here. And I'm just banking on the fact that this is going to fit. It should, right? Because I want my box to stay together. I'm putting my glue in there. I don't want this to come out. And I'm just going to close it up. Okay, what's going on here? We're going to close that side first. For some reason, this side seems to be catching. There we go. Just needed some exercise. No, it's not. So I've done something wrong, ladies. I'm going to peel this off. Something's not quite right. Let's see if I can peel it off. Like I said, once you put that on, it stays. It doesn't want to let go. I'm going to see if I can repair it though. Something's not right. Something's not folding right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the box, go back, press it where it's supposed to be. So see, now it's folding fine. But why? I don't know why. I can't tell you why. Everything looks fine. Except for now that it's not glued down. Yeah, it is a little bit. So we're gonna doctor this one up. He needs a little green glue. Just a little, not too much in there. Just to make it lay down nicely. And I don't know that it's gonna do that. I don't know why I ran into a problem there. I have no idea because now it fits perfectly. It was this little lip here and I don't know if I had it in too far, what was going on, but it's perfect. It works. Okay, let's decorate this. So what I've used is I've used these two, I've cut two of these and I'm going to trim this one in half and I'm going to put adhesive on the top and the bottom and I'm just going to line this up like so. Let's get, oh, I didn't bring my mat. Okay. Would be easier to see. Okay. There's one. We're going to put the other one on. So we have a gap in between is what we're going to have on the back, but nobody is going to see the back, right? Okay. So there is our, we used to do this all the time on lots of things. And then here I have, and I still have not gotten my order for the new catalog yet. I'm patiently waiting, but I did get my paper pumpkin. And so my paper pumpkin had a Misty Moonlight stamp in it. So I have a Misty Moonlight stamp. I mean ink pad. It had a Misty Moonlight ink pad, not stamp. And then I'm just, you know, I'm going to attach these with some little mini dimensionals, I think. I think so. And since I don't have my mini dimensionals right here with me, I'm just going to trim these and use the edges of my regular dimensionals. Although my regular dimensionals would probably fit on here without any problem when I look at it. Okay, let's see if we can get this on here straight. And then I'm going to put adhesive on, some green glue on the left side only of this little greeting, because I don't want my right side glued shut. And actually, I kind of could have gone further over, but that's okay. Or I could have put it on with dimensionals. Okay, I have this beautiful little ribbon that is like a gingham. Guess it is a gingham, huh? And I have this blue, which is blue and white, and it has a silver going through it, which I think is so beautiful. So I'm going to try something. I'm pretty brave to try this on camera, huh? I'm going to try. I want both of them. I want to use both of them, but I don't really want them intermixed together. I just want them both on there. So let's see, what if I do this? Put this on here, put this on here. I'm going to try putting this right through there. Okay. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put one on top of the other. You see how things come about. You know how things come about. We just all play with whatever. And then, oh, these scissors are no good. There. So those scissors have been used on paper way too much. Not liking that, but I think what I want is maybe maybe just a little bit of a cord, a couple of strands of it hanging down. Let's do this. Let's try wrapping it. 1, 2, 3. I want to stick this into there. That's what I want to do. Maybe 3 is too many. Let's do 2. Let's just do 2. Okay, so I'm going to get a glue dot. You can see me playing here. And just attach those 2. Right up here, maybe. I'm probably going to trim those. Okay, forget it. This isn't working for me. So we're just going to attach our sweet little bow right there. And that's it. So there it is, ladies, with a cute little yellow box inside. And oh, no, I forgot my closure. Okay, so we want it to close, right? So these magnets came from K&J Magnets, and the only reason I remember is my kids are Kim and Jason. Kim is the oldest, and Jason is the second oldest. And so, whoops, trouble. So that helps me to remember it, but they came from K&J Magnets, and they're 1/32 of an inch, I think it is. And they're like 3/8 of an inch, something like that. So I buy them there, and I buy them in bulk. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my glue dots right here, and I'm going to take one, and let's see where it's going to go. So it's going to go, it can go a good distance in. So I'm going to open up my little box here. I'm going to put my magnet right in here underneath. And then I'm going to take my second magnet. You see how tiny these are. They stick very well. They're very strong. That is probably about 100 of them, if not more. And so I just take my magnet and just drop it, and it goes right where it needs to go. Okay, so which is wonderful. I love that about it. And then we'll grab another glue dot here, and we're going to stick that right on top of the magnet. And then I'm just going to press down on that. Works better if you have something inside of it to start with, but and then just press it on real good. And now it closes, and it stays closed. So you could put something in it, and it wouldn't fall out. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. You can reach me through stampwithdeb.com or at stampdebc, my last initial is C, in at comcast.net. I challenge you to make some of these, and I would love to see them if you make them. And so post them. I have a Facebook page. Stamp with Deb is my Facebook page. You can post them on there. If you need any supplies, please, I would appreciate your order. Thank you. Bye-bye.